Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive. Today we're really digging into something pretty special. We've gone through key passages, looked at interpretations of Clare Leslie Hall's novel, Broken Country. Our mission really is to pull out the most, profound insights. It's this gripping story about love, loss, secrets, and how the past doesn't just echo, it actively reshapes things right now. So get ready. We're going from these gentle English landscapes, a farmhouse with aching hearts, all the way to a tense courtroom, high stakes, very personal. It kicks off with a woman. Her life seems settled, but she's haunted by a past love. And then he returns. And tragedy follows, forces everyone to face some, devastating truths.
Absolutely. And what's really striking, I think, is how Broken Country shows these buried truths. They don't just pop up, they actually re-engineer the present, often through someone totally innocent. And it forces this reckoning that's way more disruptive than just dealing with it head-on would have been. It's more than just a story. It's really this deep dive into how lives get tangled up and how those hidden truths, they just have to come out eventually.
Okay, so let's unpack that journey. We start back in 1955, summer fields in Dorset. Picture young Beth. She's bright, spirited, definitely stands out from her peers, dreaming of books, ambition, getting away from that quiet village life. Then bam, this electric first meeting with Gabriel Wolfe. He's the young man from the big local estate. They literally collide in a meadow. And that collision, it becomes this huge turning point.
Yeah, that electric collision, it wasn't just, meet cute romantic stuff. It was the seed of a future that, as the novel really powerfully shows, was always going to rupture the present she builds later. They share these dreams, literature, escape, ambition, and the connection just sparks, blooms really fast despite the social gap. Gabriel, he's off to Oxford, right?
Yeah.
But he sees Beth, gets her longing for something more. They share secrets, hopes, intimacy follows. And Beth, she starts thinking, okay, this is it. This is my future, my skill.
And it's that belief, that deep conviction she has about Gabriel that really sets up the conflict later, because what stands out immediately is Gabriel's mother, Tess. She jumps right in, class disdain, these little snide remarks, and you see Beth's confidence just start to chip away. It's subtle, but it's a potent reminder of those social pressures shaping choices.
Exactly. And Gabriel, well, he clearly cares for Beth, but he struggles. Doesn't really stand up to his mother. And that's a critical early crack, isn't it? Foreshadows his limits, maybe. But for young Beth, Gabriel was, everything. He gave her this feeling of belonging, talked about love, possibility, a life bigger than she'd imagined. So naturally, when he leaves for university, she's heartbroken. Devastated, she finds comfort with Frank, steady, kind Frank, who becomes her husband. But at the sources, they make it really clear that spark, that flame Gabriel lit, it never truly goes out. It's just waiting, simmering.
Yeah, that lingering flame is absolutely key. Because this is where it gets, really intense. Fast forward, we're in 1968 now, Hempstead. Beth's living on this quiet sheep farm with Frank, her dependable husband. Their marriage, it's built on kindness, devotion, but there's this quiet sorrow underneath, an emotional reserve, especially from Frank. Comes from the death of their son, Bobby. Great kid, died 2 years before. You can just feel that weight, that loss hanging over everything. Then the past just crashes back in, dramatically. Her brother-in-law, Jimmy, he shoots a dog that's attacking the lambs. Standard farm stuff, maybe? But the boy who runs out, claiming the dog, it's Gabriel's son, Leo. And Leo is almost the exact age Bobby would have been. I mean, talk about a gut punch.
It really is. And you have to think, what happens when the past you thought was long gone suddenly appears? Not just a memory, but like a living, breathing child right in front of you. Seeing Leo, seeing his grief over his dog. It stirs everything up in Beth. Her own loss, that deep ache for motherhood, and the powerful, unextinguished love for Gabriel. Leo, in his vulnerability, he becomes this sort of heartbreaking bridge, connects her past and present. His presence isn't just a reminder. The text describes it like a heartbeat of what she lost, a ghost of a different life. And this forces Beth, still married, still grieving, to face this agonizing question. Can you actually reclaim the past? Can you try without wrecking everything you've carefully built with Frank?
And the story doesn't give her much time to ponder that before things take a really dark turn, unexpectedly dark. Suddenly, Hempstead is just rocked by tragedy. Jimmy Beth's brother-in-law, the local farmer, he's found dead, shot through the heart, and the whispers start immediately. This wasn't an accident, it's murder. This spirals into this really tense courtroom drama. We're at the Old Bailey in London, and Beth finds herself there watching the man she once loved, Gabriel, sitting in the dock, accused. But the full story, what actually happened, it's not given to you straight away. The narrative cleverly cuts between past and present, builds suspense. Who's accused? Who's the real victim? What secrets are buried here? It's a brilliant technique, keeps you completely hooked constantly rethinking everything.
That back and forth narrative, it's so effective because it perfectly mirrors Beth's own internal state, right?
Yeah.
She's supposed to tell this rehearsed story, this neat version for the court, but she hesitates. And that hesitation is like a crack opens up. These powerful flashbacks rush in, revealing deep connections, but also profound betrayals. Then the shocking revelations start tumbling out.
Oh, yeah.
We learned Bobby, her son who died,
Yeah.
he might actually have been Gabriel's child, not Frank's. And Frank, her steady husband, he's the one accused of this lethal violence against Jimmy. So Beth's guilt, her grief, that old longing for Gabriel, it all just collides right there in the courtroom.
Wow. So the suspense keeps building until we get to this climactic truth.
Indeed. And the truth, when it hits hard. Frank is convicted. Manslaughter for Jimmy's death. But, and this is crucial. It's not the whole story. Not really. He accepts the blame, takes the fall, but not because he's guilty in the way everyone thinks. He's covering up a deeper, more shattering truth. Leo, Gabriel's young son, he was the one who accidentally pulled the trigger. And this is where the novel just dives deep into complex motivations. Frank takes that burden, not out of malice. No, it's a profound act of atonement, tragic protection. He's trying to salvage something, anything, of Beth's world, trying to spare her more pain, especially given Leo's connection to Bobby, to Gabriel. It's a devastating act of love, really.
So what does this all mean for us then, for you listening? What really emerges from Broken Country? It's definitely not just some simple love triangle. Not at all. It's this complex, deeply moving picture of grief, yeah, but also class, forgiveness, and just profound moral complexity. Beth's journey with love is fascinating. That passionate youth with Gabriel, sure, but then also her choice of Frank. For security, yes, but also for forgiveness, for healing. And it's so important to get that her love for Frank was also real. Very real. Maybe a different kind of love, but real. She didn't betray either man lightly, you know. She was trapped, navigating these impossible choices.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, the characters themselves are so rich with meaning. Gabriel, he kind of embodies privilege, talent, sure, but also deep regret, and this lasting, almost faded connection to Beth. Frank, though. Frank embodies this unwavering devotion, sacrifice, often unappreciated, overlooked maybe, but absolutely essential to the story's tragic beauty. And the themes woven through it are just incredibly rich. They're what make it resonate so much. You've got first love and that whole idea of second chances, how those early bonds ripple through a whole life. The stark class divides, definitely. Beth's working class background versus Gabriel's elite world. How society shapes destiny, motherhood and loss. I mean, grief so deep it informs every single decision, every interaction. It's palpable. Secrecy and self-deception, that's a powerful one. How Beth's own rewritten memories, her unspoken choices actually paved the way for the catastrophe. And finally, yeah, redemption through sacrifice. Frank embodies that so poignantly. Accepted the consequences for love. The way the novel weaves those timelines, 1955 and 58, 69, it's not just clever structure. It's how the slow reveals make you reframe everything. Constantly. Love, loyalty, what one single moment can cost you. Or maybe save you. It forces you to keep reevaluating.
Wow, yeah.
This deep dive into Broken Country, it's really been, well, a profound emotional journey. It's such a powerful reminder, isn't it? How the past just refused to stay buried. And how love in all its forms, passionate, protective, sacrificial, it has this incredible power. It can lift us up, yes, but sometimes it can break us too.
Absolutely. Beth's journey. From that naive first love with Gabriel, through her grief-filled marriage with Frank, and then facing that devastating truth in court, it's just a powerful testament to endurance, to moral complexity. Frank's sacrifice, Gabriel's return, his remorse, Beth finally awakening to her own agency. It all leaves you thinking, really, pondering this. If you found yourself caught like that, between a past love and your present reality, what would you risk? What would you risk for that chance to mend what's broken? Or maybe just to protect what you hold dear? It's a tough question. It really is. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Broken Country, this blend of romance, mystery, courtroom drama, and tragic beauty you might want to explore more, you can check out the audiobook. It's narrated by Hattie Morahan, apparently very good. Or maybe hear more from the author Clare Leslie Hall. And, you know, speaking of audiobooks, Audible offers access to thousands of them, plus podcasts, including titles just like Broken Country. Actually, right now they have a special offer running, 3 months for just US 00s and 99 per month. It's a really fantastic way to dive deeper into stories like this one. Just check the link in the description or maybe the pinned comment below for all the details on how to get started with that. Okay, until next time, keep diving deep.